What's up guys, the Bobcat here and welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls, Prepare to Die edition. Now, I already released one part and it didn't go well, the frame rate was kind of choppy, so I decided to start again and hopefully things will stay at a decent frame rate this time. So we're going to start a new game, and this time we're not going to call him Bob, we're just going to call him the Bobcat, because why not, it's the name of the channel, so why not call him that. There we go. Enter. Sex can be male. Class, we will stick with warrior. The gift, I didn't talk about these last time, and I really should have. So let's talk about these. Goddess's Blessing. Gives some divine blessings. Restores full HP and gets rid of status ailments. Not very useful in my opinion. Same with black fire bombs, you throw them, they do more damage. Again, I don't find them particularly useful. Twin Humanities. These can be more useful. However, I still don't find them particularly useful. Binoculars, you can find those. Pendant. The pendant is an interesting thing, because it doesn't actually do anything. And this was confirmed by the developer of Dark Souls. He actually said that this doesn't do anything. And I just realised I haven't set my timer going. That's going to be problematic. Looks like we'll just have to guess for the first part. Oh no wait, I've got it here. I found it. So, the pendant does nothing. And we can also find one of those depending on a certain route we take. Master Key, probably the most useful, unlocks any basic locks, really good for getting around and opening any of the shortcuts. The Tiny Beings Ring, we can get one of those, and the Witch's Ring. This is actually quite useful if you want to talk to the Fair Maiden, or Quelana, in the Chaos Shrine, so the Chaos Bonfire. But again, we can get one of those. So we'll just take the Master Key. Physique will be average, face will be... Let's have a Store Noble. Hairline, we'll have a ponytail. And the colour can be black. Okay, so there's our character. I haven't talked about all the stats, but we'll talk about those once we get in. And I suppose you guys can enjoy the intro movie. So let us begin.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. age of fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And we are back in the Northern Undead Asylum. Now, from what I could tell, the frame rate looked to be holding throughout that intro. I hope it did. I really hope it did, in fact. And that person who we saw up there is believed to be Oscar of Astora, who we shall meet later on. And it is very nice to be playing with a smooth frame rate. Now, the reason I've started this now, I would just like to have started it sooner, but Fraps kind of had problems recording at a smooth frame rate, so I managed to get DX Tory, and hopefully no one can notice the screen tearing. But I've got DX Tory now, so everything is running quite smooth by the looks of things. Again, the screen tearing, which I can see, which hopefully you can't. And Dark Souls 2 comes out in about a week, so I'm going to really have to record quickly and release these parts quite frequently, because I do want to release Dark Souls 2 and get it as soon as possible. In fact, after I finish recording this, I'm going to go and order it. I'll pre-order it. Not the Steam version, mind you, just because the Steam version comes out about a month after the release of the Xbox, the PlayStation and the PC edition. So I shall be getting the PC edition. Up there we can see the Asylum Demon. And obviously we're going to do the first thing which you do when you face the Asylum Demon, and run away. Perfect. So, what else was I wanting to talk about? I don't really remember. I had a bunch of things I wanted to talk about, but I appear to have forgotten, which is always fun. First off, I'm hoping I'm not too loud, actually, because I haven't really played around much with DX Tory. I've played a little bit, just to see how some things were, and I shouldn't have been hit by that, but oh well. I did a little bit of testing to see if it was better, and it was. So hopefully it stays better. Also, it is in 720p, because I wanted to keep the frame rate smooth. I know how to increase the frame rate and get a better quality image, you know, recording in 720 rather than recording in 1080, sorry, rather than 720. However, I don't have the money to be able to afford the upgrade which is necessary. to be able to record in 1080. So 720 is going to have to do for now. And let us talk to Oscar.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Okay then, that's the conversation done with Oscar, and as we leave the room, there we go, he is now dead. If you want, you can just kill him and take the items. It's much quicker than having to sit through it, but for the sake of the Let's Play, I wanted to sit through it. I've also, again with the screen tearing, I don't have any AA going either, so I might have to put that on a little bit. Perhaps the screen tearing is caused by the frame rate being at about 60. Again, I'm hoping YouTube doesn't pick up on it. But I am recording in 30 frames a second, 720p. Ooh, headshot! Wow, that arch is pretty good. Whoa, there we go. Didn't think I was going to be able to dodge that. Let's get rid of you. It is really nice to play in about 60 frames a second. It's so smooth. Parry and riposted. So yes, Dark Souls 2 comes out soon. From recording this, 2 videos have already gone up on other people's channels. The Media Cows, to be precise, have released 2 videos already. I watched maybe 10 minutes of the first one and decided to stop there, because I don't want to spoil it for myself. So, oh, that's not the right one. Oh well. That was pathetic, and I suffered huge damage. Looks like I've forgotten how to do the jumping attack. Oh well, looks like we'll just have to use the old dealing with him technique by hooking his leg and attacking. Chop, chop, chop. Whoa. Got a bit overconfident there. Shouldn't have been hit. And again there as well. Don't know if it's my controller or my reaction time, because I haven't played in a while. So I'm going to think it's my reaction time. Ah, doing the jump. Good time to get some attacks in. Chop, chop. And he'll be dead soon enough. There we go. That's him dealt with. So yes, I'm going to have to be powering through this game to get some videos of Dark Souls 2 done at the same time, or by the time this one finishes. I'm hopefully going to be able to find some, find some of the things which I know about because of watching certain videos like 10 things you didn't know about Dark Souls. I know one thing, there's a soul around here. Soul of Lost and Dead. That's like 200 souls, which isn't much, but it's nice to have. Also, Snuggly the Crow. We'll probably talk to him eventually. But for now, let's go and head to Firelink Shrine. And I shall mute myself once again.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And we have arrived at the Firelink Shrine. Let's light the well, the bonfire's already lit. Let's rest at the bonfire. Get some more Estus flasks. We could talk to the Crestfallen Knight. Let's talk to him. I'm not going to mute myself.
Well, what do we have here? Let me guess. Fate of the
I'm also going to skip a little bit of it.
Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, there are. Actually, one's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below. Bring them both, and something not much to go on. So, off you go.
I didn't really want to skip that, but I just can't stand there sitting and listening to him. So I really wanted to skip past him. So that was a Crestfallen Knight or Crestfallen Warrior. I think it's Crestfallen Knight. Oh yes, we should be dealing with him later on. In the meantime, let's dispose of these hollows and make our way into the Undead Parish. Let's avoid the fire bomber. Go. Let's grab this item. Soul of Lost Undead. Over there is a Ring of Sacrifice. We'll go there when we have to talk to what's he called? I've forgotten what his name is now. It's the person we meet in the sewers. Well, I'll remember his name once we actually meet him. Mostly because he'll say it, and the camera angle almost made me fall off the edge. That would have been a bad start. Let's grab this item over here, then go into the Undead Parish. This is Soul of Lost Undead. Very nice. I'm hoping this video really does turn out well. I've done a little bit of testing, but I'm not sure. Perhaps. I'm really hoping it just stays and looks alright once it's uploaded to YouTube. Again, I apologise if my commentary is lacking. This is my first time recording. Well, not my first time, it's my third attempt at recording Dark Souls now. But my commentary for this genre of game is not the best. Because as you noticed, so far the only videos I have released are on turn-based or strategy games, such as the EU4. Don't know why that went through my shield, and that was my fault, that one. But so far it's only been on the EU4 and Civilization. So, along with this, hoping to add a few more games to that library. Also Medieval. Let's head down here and grab up some more items. The hollow appears to have moved from there. Got these two to deal with. But yes, I am really looking forward to Dark Souls 2. I was so excited when I saw the first 10 minutes of it. And I'm hoping you guys are excited for it as well. Anyone who watches this video, that is. So far, videos, the amount of people watching these videos aren't the best. And that's my Civilization, but they have been dragging on a little bit. So I'm hoping this will incite some new people to come and join the channel. Which I'm really hoping does happen. So, in regards to the build of this character, thinking of going for some sort of strength build, maybe involving the Great Club. It's a really nice weapon. Maybe going for a what's his name now? A Tarkus build. Wow, that was just embarrassing. Again, off to a great start, as we can clearly see. I've already failed about 5 times. Hopefully that won't happen when facing the Taurus demon. There's nothing in here. I don't know why I came in there. Let's go in here. Who the fuck gets? Also, I don't have a glass of water, so my throat is starting to hurt. So, hopefully, that won't impact my commentary a huge amount. And I can last another 20 minutes. There we go. The dragon landed in the correct place this time. Last time that happened, it didn't land in the correct place at all. It landed right at the start of the gateway. I think I'll leave the first part up, the one which was recorded using Fraps, which had a really terrible frame rate and was generally very terrible. Also where I lost a tourist even in the very end of it. Yeah, I think I'll leave that one up and I'll call this one part 1.5. Let's go up there and deal with that crossbow. That crossbow guy. Incidentally, this bonfire is where I did all my testing for the Dark Souls 2. I tested it with the character Bob, the original character from part 1. Alas, I think he shall be disappearing from my saved games list until his inevitable return in Dark Souls 2. Parried. And down the stairs we have an undead merchant. I don't think I'll rest at the bonfire just yet. I think we'll go and see the undead merchant, then rest. Also, let's open this door and get the wooden shield. I think it's like an only useful upgrade if you have essentially a cracked round shield, because it is not very good. Still, I suppose you could say some things are better than nothing. Let's deal with this ambush. Down here, I don't actually remember what's down here. Probably an item. Oh no, this leads to the crossbow location. I believe I tried getting here last time and failed. And failed the jump. Let's see if we can do it this time without failing. Go, that's them dealt with. And let's see if we can't make the jump to the crossbow. Crossbows are pretty terrible unless you get the Avalyn, or I think maybe the sniper crossbow, but even then, I don't think I've ever seen anyone really use them, apart from in my very first time playing through the game where I got attacked in the forest by someone using... Nope, I missed. By someone using a lightning Avalyn, which tore me to pieces. That was a fun time. But no, there's a crossbow around that corner, up there. Apparently I'm too terrible to make the jump. Perhaps I'll come back and get it eventually. In the meantime, let's rest at the bonfire. And I think we'll do a little bit of levelling up. We'll put a bit into our strength. Maybe some into our dex as well. I think mostly strength. Hey, another player. He's a thief carrying a hollow helmet with a morning star and a wooden shield. An interesting choice of items. Let's put a little bit in there, a bit in there, and a bit in there. That should give me enough damage to kill hollows in one thrust. Let's see if it does. Not quite. He literally has like 1 health left. Oh well. Let's run down here and not get hit by the fire bombs. Could be reading these messages as well, but kind of got higher priorities. Oh, and a backstab. Didn't mean to do that. Wow, I can feel how rusty my skills are. Just the amount of times I've been hit is just quite ridiculous. For me at least anyway. I have put a fair amount of hours into this game, so I do know what I'm doing. So, as we come up here, treasure chest. What's the message today? Tough enemy? It is not a mimic, this chest, so don't worry. It contains pine resin. Nope, black fire bombs. That's the other one, which contains pine resin. Incidentally, there are only 4 types of pine resin. Or 3. Is it 4 or 3? I forget. It was off a video which was 10 things you definitely didn't know about Dark Souls. I recommend you watch them, they're really good. Very interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to show some of them off as we play through. Hey, we've got a humanity. There's a random chance of that happening. It's very nice when it does. Okay, let's sneak up on these guys. Let's not attract their attention. As far as I know about these guys, and I'm not sure if this is true, but when you kill the first two, no matter which two you kill, they won't drop anything. But the last one you kill will always drop fire bombs. Nope, I guess I was lying. Unless it was the other one. You can actually drop down there, by the way, and land on that little ledge. Get that item, but I'd recommend not, because in my opinion the item isn't worth the hassle of getting it. Besides, you can take an easier route. And by easier route I mean spend half an hour parrying an enemy until he dies. Or being killed in one hit. We probably won't be fighting him until we get a better weapon. Or level up a little bit more. Until we can kill him more reliably. So what time are we on? We're on 25 according to my stopwatch. On my timer. There's the pine resin. And we shall go and deal with these hollows. I don't think we'll get to Taurus Demon by the time this video finishes. I don't think anyway, we might do. Hey, plunging attack onto the hollows. That's probably one of the first times I've ever pulled that off. Ooh, a Titanite shard. That is tremendously useful. And yes, down here, try stabbing it in the back. That is a Black Knight who is not facing towards us. We could kill him, but I'm not going to just yet anyway, because I just don't want to deal with him. This, however, you can jump past, and that is the first time he's ever killed himself on it. Oh, there he is. I was wondering where his body went. Also, we can open this up, and down there is Havel. We won't be fighting him just yet. We could, but I've never reliably been able to kill him. Message, weakness lightning. Yes, we shall apply the pine resin to fight the Taurus Demon. Also, let's try to do that plunging attack. There we go. Another interesting thing, in this barrel here, that is a crystal lizard. We'll want to be killing plenty of those as we go through. First I didn't know that crystal lizard was there. It was about my 5th attempt through that I discovered he was there. But yes, we really do want to be killing those. They'll be very useful, as they drop shards to upgrade our equipment with. And upgrading is one of the most important parts of Dark Souls, as any Dark Souls player knows. Unless you're brand new, in that case you probably won't, unless you've watched videos. Yes, message, try a plunging attack, I know. Ooh, we forgot to buy something from the Undead Merchant. Damn, probably should have gone to see him. Forgot to buy the orange soapstone. That's kind of a shame. In fact, before we do attack him, let's get the pine resin selected. Let's apply it as well. Two-hand our weapon, run forward, run backwards, and then we'll try the plunging attack. Plunging attack doesn't kill him in one hit, but it takes like 3/4 of his health down, which is a fairly decent amount. Also, he can jump up to this place, so let's not wait here too long. There we go. It wasn't 3/4, it was about 1/3. Oh well. This is certainly going better than it did last time. Let's not get too enthusiastic. We'll make sure we have stamina. There we go. I blame the frame rate for the first time failure. But yes, he was easily dispatched. Sometimes you can get really lucky and get his weapon, which is the Demon's Great Axe, which is said to be the best strength weapon in the game, just in terms of scaling. But we didn't get it. Nor do I particularly want it, because I just don't find it to be a nice weapon. To be honest, I'd never used it, so... We have another item. A large Soul of the Lost Undead. And down here we shall meet Solaire, and then I think I shall end this part. So let us speak with Solaire, or Sombra, as we shall call him. gorgeous view ahead. Indeed. To speak to Solaire.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So there we have Solaire. And I just realised something while talking to him. In the very end of his conversation, he says you must be blind if you miss his Thorstein. Well, if you notice, our character has no eyes while we are hollowed. So perhaps that's actually a hint, is that you need to unhollow before you can summon anyone. See, we have no eyes, just black holes. But yes, I think I shall be ending this part here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first part. And I will see you all next time.